Hey all! In this video, I would like to give you a quick walkthrough of the new AI Playground that is part of the AI Services plugin for WordPress. The AI Playground allows you to explore the available services and their capabilities in an easy-to-use interface. You see the capabilities right here on the side. You can select which capabilities you would like to use and then select an AI service and model. Note that the drop-down here for the foundational capability is disabled. That's because at this point, text generation is the only foundational capability available in the AI Services plugin. In the near future, this will be expanded though, so eventually you'll be able to choose other foundational capabilities here, like image generation, audio generation, text-to-speech, etc., etc. For now, let's start with a simple prompt. We're going to use the Google AI service with its Gemini models, and we'll go with the Gemini 1.5 Flash model for now. Okay, so let's just go with when was the Gutenberg editor of WordPress released? All right, so here's the response. Nothing special, obviously, just a basic AI response. Something else that we can do in the playground now is customize the model configuration by adjusting some commonly supported parameters. So let's set the maximum output tokens to 5 and then run the same prompt again. And you see the output is capped at 5 words, which in this case is also 5 tokens. This is simply because we limited the AI output to 5 tokens, so the model stopped generating its response at that point. Something neat here is that we can also view the raw JSON response. We can see that the finish reason is max tokens, so this confirms that this is only a partial response. Let's compare that to the previous response. Here we can see the finish reason is stop, so that's all as expected. All right, so let's clear things up. We're going to get rid of the 5 token limit, as that's obviously super restrictive. And while we're at it, let's also reset the messages just to start over with a clean slate. All right, we're going to do something a bit more complex now. We want to pass an image alongside the text prompt to the AI model. So for that, we need to use a model with multimodal input support. So let's check the checkbox. You can see the Gemini 1.5 Flash model is still selected. That's simply because that model in fact already supports multimodal input. So let's simply tell the AI model to describe a picture. We can then open the WordPress media library and pick an image. I'm going to go with this cute dog. Okay, it gave me this nice long description of the image. I'm not going to read and verify all this all in depth now, but at a glance, it looks fairly accurate and detailed. Maybe a bit too detailed, in fact. Of course, for a generic image description, this can work, but let's say we want something more specific, like an alternative text for screen reader users. This description would be way too verbose. So a great way to customize the AI model is to provide a system instruction, basically an instruction that applies to any prompt the model receives. This way, we can tell it that it should always generate alternative text. Here we go. You are an alternative image text generator. The user is going to provide images to you that you need to provide a brief description for that is suitable for the use in the alt attribute of an image tag on a website. This is quite verbose, so this should make it clear to the AI model what we want. Let's send the same prompt again. And then I'm also going to pick the same image again. Awesome. This works a lot better already. At a high level, this looks like a suitable alternative text for the image. Of course, it has this introductory sentence here, which maybe we don't want. This would be a great opportunity to optimize the system instruction further to tell the AI model to only output the alt text itself. But that's for another time. This is good enough here for this little exercise. Something that you may not have noticed is that so far, all the prompts were sent to the AI model in isolation. So while this here looks like a chat with history, It's actually just sets of individual prompts with their AI responses. The model does not actually know what was written prior to the prompt. In order to include the history to have a chat-like exchange, you need to use a model that supports chat history. So now that we are sure to use a model with that capability, we can now send a prompt with all the previous prompts and responses. What's important is that we enable the toggle here to send the message history alongside the new prompt. But we're not going to send a prompt just yet. We're going to do something more advanced now. A cool thing about the AI Playground is that you can chat with different models, even from different services. So let's switch to a GPT model now. Essentially, we can continue the conversation we started with the Gemini model with the GPT model. For this experiment, let's use this model to double-check the alternative text that the previous model generated. We ask it to review the previously generated alternative text for the image. Is it accurate, or is there anything to improve? Okay, it takes a little bit. But now look at this. The model not only confirmed the accuracy of the alternative text, but it even revised it to be more concise. So this is a great outcome. This kind of iteration from an AI model on the output of another AI model can be super useful. For what it's worth, even asking a model to review its own previous output can be useful, but this here even goes a step beyond that. Anyway, this is just a glimpse of the kind of experiments that you can do with the AI Playground. I hope this walkthrough has been helpful and inspires you to experiment further. There are lots of possibilities here. And if you have any feedback, please raise an issue on GitHub. The AI Playground is now available in the AI Services plugin version 0.4.0. You can get it from the WordPress plugin directory by searching for AI Services or directly from wordpress.org/plugins/AI-services. I'm curious to see which AI-based features you come up with.